everybody. Happy Sunday. It's gorgeous outside. This is kind of some of my favorite weather, a little overcast and comfortable, nice for a little walk. So, welcome to a wellness workshop. If you listened to my my intro about the wellness workshop, what we're going to do is just a variety of things. So, the last time I came on, I asked for some suggestions. What would you guys be interested in hearing, seeing, learning about? And, oh, by the way, my name's Jamie. Thanks for coming on. If you have suggestions, please feel free to put them in the comments after this video. You can direct message me if you'd like. Any kind of suggestion on something that you'd be interested in learning about. I would love to hear your desires and see what I can do to provide opportunity and to provide a class for that. So what we're going to do today is just what a terrible word to say. We're going to do a breathing meditation. This is something I'm learning a whole lot about. I wanted to just start by potentially offering a bit of calming for some. I know I wanted to give you a little bit of my background with and how I've come to meditation. So this might be a bit of a more in-depth story. I hope you can hold on with me and hear me out. Maybe you'll find something that will resonate for you. So my background with meditation, actually I still feel like a virgin meditator. Still feel like I'm learning a lot about how to come to my seat, how to come to my space, and to learn to breathe, and to learn to quiet my mind. I will say that I have grown up Christian most of my life. From the time I was about 12 or so, I really was curious about that faith and religion, and this is going to out me quite a bit, but I have since gone through quite a bit of experience in my life. I'm now divorced and have left a marriage where religion was a very important element. That being said, I also felt it was an important part of my life that I wanted to share within my marriage and with raising my kids. And I have since found a path and found a way into spirituality that makes me feel really whole, and it resonates very true to who I am and to what I need. So please hear that this is a journey that I needed for myself. This is not a way or a time for me to say that religion is wrong. That is not by any stretch of the imagination what I am saying. What I'm saying is that for me, I learned that I just didn't jive with some of the bits of the religion, and it didn't serve my soul. So I ventured over into allowing myself, as I was a Christian. It was not encouraged to, in the faith, the particular faith that I was following, or the church that I was following, it was not a encouraged space to meditate or to do yoga. It was always seen as something that was other than. And that was a confusing spot for me, because I just love people. I love spirituality. I love talking about lots of different angles of spirituality and how people come at it differently. So that rub up against the Christianity that I was experiencing was tough for me, and it just didn't sit well with my soul. It felt very separatist. So truly, an unfortunate bit was I needed to walk away from I needed to walk away from my marriage, to be very honest. I want to say that if you know me and you know my family and you know me just past Jamie as a yoga instructor, I have a great relationship with my ex, and this is not intended to have any kind of negative or ill will um, against the church or the way that our marriage was shaped, but it was too, proved to be too controlling for me. There was the way that Christianity and religion is shaped in for me. Again, I'm just going to keep reiterating that. It was just been hard and too tightly bound. So coming into meditation was something that I felt like, wow, I don't know, am I supposed to be able to do this? Is this okay? I'm going to tread softly. I'm not sure. I feel conflicted, you know. I had kind of this religious guilt in my head, and so I kind of had to fight through that for quite some time. And I've come to this place now with reading some incredible Buddhist teachers, Pema Chodron, Thich Nhat Hanh, and some not traditional Buddhist, but Eckhart Tolle has been fantastic for me. Just understanding that there's this broader idea and this broader concept that, and meditation is not meant to rub up against religion or spirituality or prayer even, but yet it could be a beautiful complement to it. What we're learning to do is learning to sit and quiet our mind. And for me, you know, sometimes I would go to I would go to massage therapists, say, and they would say, you need to learn to let go. And I was like, I don't know what you mean. What does that mean? That feels like I don't know that I'm holding on. And I've just continued to kind of push into what are they talking about that I'm not getting? There must be something. So I just kept being curious about there's got to be something that I'm missing. And I just learned that I wasn't allowing myself space to sit and to be, and to not even listen, but just to be, to quiet my mind. And I always felt like in prayer I was positioning my mind for something, I was asking for something, I was confessing something. I was always active. And meditation has been such a nice practice to learn that you're not asked to be active, but yet the exact opposite. We're asked to learn how to just sit and to be. And so, with that, please, if there are any questions that would come up based off of what I just gave to you and offered to you out of my own life, out of my own vulnerability, please feel free to reach out to me. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I would be more than happy to chat. So I take you into a bit of the journey that I'm still very much on. I'm still very much a newbie on. So it's funny a little bit that I'm choosing to teach on meditation, but we're going to do something that's just so small, but yet the building blocks of how to learn to sit and why. So what I've learned is that the first part, for me at least, of meditation is becoming aware of your in-breath and your out-breath. And there were massage therapists in the past. I've had a lot of you're going to think I just live the life of luxury getting massages all the time. That's not true. I mean, I do think body work is incredibly important. It's not it doesn't have to be a treat that you only get a gift certificate for your birthday or Christmas. It's something you ought to do for yourself. It's an incredible gift that you're giving to yourself. But I had one massage therapist tell me, I don't think you're breathing. And I was like, I mean, I'm here, so I feel like I have to be breathing to some degree. But what he meant was that I wasn't really breathing, really becoming aware of my in-breath and my out-breath, the knowledge, the awareness, and knowing that you're breathing in and knowing that you're breathing out. And now that's a whole different animal. Truly feeling and registering your in breath and your out breath. So the way this translated for me is I had small kids at that time, smallish. And so I was constantly doing dishes, right? Doing dishes or driving. And so what I challenged myself to do is learn how to do dishes and not just get it done, but to breathe and to become aware of what my breath felt like while I was doing dishes. It might seem silly, but it was a way that I could, with small kids, 3, put that into practice in my life. So I started really noticing my breath while I was breathing or while I was doing dishes. And then also noticing that I wasn't breathing. That was the craziest part, is that I would hold my breath practically or take these tiny shallow breaths. And they weren't really like doing anything for my body. So I'm learning how to feel my in-breath and my out-breath. So that's what I'm going to offer you today. We're going to sit. You're going to, if you're joining me, find a comfortable seat. So this that I'm sitting on is just a bolster. It's a yoga bolster. If you don't have a yoga bolster, but maybe you have a yoga block, you could also sit on that. The idea is that you're just trying to find a comfortable seat. And so often sitting crisscross like this for people becomes uncomfortable after a certain amount of time if your hips aren't higher than your knees, because we're just tight, right? So you're trying to find a comfortable seat where your spine can be nice and long, almost imagining that you have a string being pulled from the top of your head, from the crown of your head, lifting you, lengthening your spine, so that we can feel the fullness of the breath. And that's what we're going to do. So if you can, join me by finding a comfortable seat. I personally like to keep my eyes closed when I'm meditating. Some people like to keep just a little bit of an openness and sort of gazing out toward the expanse, but not really registering what you're gazing at. So maybe you begin to close your eyes. Feel your body sitting. If you're sitting in a chair, root your feet down to the ground. Finding a comfortable place with your arms, shoulders are relaxed. You might even have palms up to receive energy. You might even take your first finger and your thumb together, just creating that circle. And begin to notice your breath, just as it comes. Begin to feel your inhale and your exhale. And as you're settling in, I just want to remind you that this might feel hard. It still feels hard for me sometimes. So again, I choose to believe that when things feel tough for me, I'm probably not the only one who feels that way. I'm probably not alone in that feeling. So if over the course of this meditation you start to feel like, wow, this really is not the easiest thing I've ever done, I understand. I get you. Stick with it. Notice that your edges of your eyes are soft. The edges of your jaw are soft. Your tongue is loose in your mouth rather than pushing up on the roof of your mouth, but yet it's just loose. And as we get started here, what you're going to do is with your inhale, you'll take a nice deep inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and allow a pause before you start your next inhale. And with that pause, you'll count 1. And then you'll begin another inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, pause and count 2. And you'll continue going until you get to 10. And then we'll repeat, continuing to breathe in, to breathe out, to pause, and count your number. Again, just being aware of your breath. You're becoming aware of your inhale. You're becoming aware of your out breath. And you're pausing to notice. So what we'll do is we'll do this for 10 minutes. I'm going to set a timer that allows a bell to happen at the end of the 10 minutes. If you've already been breathing, just continue. You find it more comfortable to exhale out of your nose. Then we're just becoming aware of the inhale, in-breath, and the out-breath. Do what feels most comfortable for you. As you begin to notice thoughts running in, trying to take over your breath pattern, your awareness of your breath, just let those thoughts go. Continue on in your breath. Continue breathing. awareness of your breath is just allowing you to fall behind the noise of your mind, allowing yourself to relax and release. Continuing to be aware of your breath allows you to know where you are, allows you to be present in your breath rather than believing or thinking about the past or wondering and hoping for the future. Rather just feeling your in-breath and your out-breath. Continuing to work your way through your rounds of 10. Continue to remind yourself you're exactly where you need to be. The work of noticing your breath is the most incredible use of your time that you could give yourself this morning. Pausing, allowing yourself to sit and to become aware. Everything else will wait. Just like holding a yoga pose for longer than you think you want to hold it, 10 minutes of breathing might feel longer than you think you want to commit to. Stay with it. Quieting your mind. Awareness back to your seat. Blink open your eyes if your eyes were closed. Take a couple of normalizing breaths. So, if you're new, like I am, to meditation, or if you're really seasoned veteran, thank yourself for the 10 minutes that you just gave to yourself to feel your breath. And my offering, my encouragement would be that as you go through your day and you find yourself potentially allowing your mind to race, your body to race, all the things to happen much faster than they maybe ought to, that you would just come back to that breath. Come back to recognizing your in-breath and your out-breath. And just another vulnerable part. I, in my life, continue to get sucked into the fast pace of life. But as I continue to allow myself to slow down, there's so much beauty to see. There's so much to become aware of in your own self. And that would be my offering to you. It's not bad to go fast. It's not bad to get a lot of things done. But can you pause? Can you offer yourself moments of quiet? Moments to just be aware with who you are and with how you take up space for yourself, for no one else. This is an inward job, and when you choose to do the inward work, you will notice that your vibration going out changes. And it's really an incredible thing. I've been able to witness it in my own life. Feeling and experiencing the peace and the calm that can come just by choosing to slow down and to honor who you are inside. Thank you for joining me. I will let you know what next week is going to look like. If you have anything that you would like me to touch on in this wellness workshop, please put it in the comments. I will get to them. A lot of varieties, like I said in my intro video that I did last week. We can do nutrition, we can do some posture stuff, we can do some strength stuff, some strength posture breakdowns, anatomy stuff, injury prevention kinds of stuff. Lots of different varieties. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physical therapist, but there's a variety of things that we can cover just to see what's out there, see what you guys have that you're curious about. So again, thank yourself most importantly, but I also thank you. Have a lovely Sunday. See you next week. Namaste.